Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest channel. And if you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button, as I am not a full-time content creator, so I just have to get it in when I can. And I appreciate you all who have already subscribed. And again, I'm just going to be beautifully honest about what I want to talk about right now, because honestly, this story does not surprise me in the least. It really just doesn't surprise me at all. Now, okay, we all know that the term Black Lives Matter, it just means that Black people, the lives of Black people, they matter just like everyone else. But it's been created into this so-called movement, and then you have this group, Black Lives Matter, and then you have the people who are supposedly the heads of the group, right? And one of these people who is titled to be the founder of this Black Lives Matter movement, her name is Patrisse Cullors, and she's been recently called out because of the amassed properties that she has in her portfolio that's just happened over the past several years. And people are calling her out on it, and rightfully so, because it just doesn't really make any sense. And this is what I want to ask you guys, and leave your comments and your thoughts in the comment section. Should activists come up, or should they suffer for the cause? I don't really know the answer to that, but I will give my opinion, and I'm just going to share that after I just share a little bit of this story. Now, this is being reported in a lot of different places, but I'm getting this from the Daily Mail, which they're pretty neutral, and they're out of the UK, but they're calling her a communist, and they say communist BLM founder Patrisse Cullors defends her $3 million property portfolio, including private jet hangar and garden, and claims she's not been paid since 2019, and questions about it are a tactic of terror to silence her. So I don't know about all that, but that's what she's saying. So she's getting criticized because of this property portfolio that she has amassed during the time of all of this stuff that's been going on with this Black Lives Matter movement. So she is supposedly a best-selling author, and she recently signed a deal with Warner Brothers Studios, and she is believed to own 4 homes, not one, 4 homes. She's only 37. And she's believed to own 4 homes in Los Angeles and Georgia. And the most recent purchase is a $1.4 million home in Topanga Canyon, Los Angeles. And the district that she is now living in, it's 88% white and 1.8, not 18, 1.8% black. And so people are accusing her of abandoning her so-called social justice things that she's supposedly standing for, and her activist roots, because of how she's coming up. So this organization, they're claiming that she's been paid a total of $120,000 since the organization was founded in 2013. And she's only been paid $120,000 from 2013 to 2019. So the questions about where is she getting this money from are valid. I believe the questions are valid, because I don't care if you're a best-selling author. That isn't really something that's hard to be, especially in these days and times. You can be a best-selling Amazon author. You can be a best-selling New York Times author. You can be a best-selling author and not make much money selling books. That really is the truth. You can look that up. You can research it. You can look it up. A lot of people are writing books these days. The majority of them are not getting huge book deals where you're getting paid so much money up front, in the middle, and on the back end. A lot of times being a best-selling author is a vanity title that some people can claim to get just by having a lot of different people that they know buy their books during a certain time and certain days, and you wind up being on the best-selling authors list. So where is this money coming from? I believe the question is very valid, and I don't believe that is an effort to discredit her or this, so-called movement at all. I don't believe that if somebody like herself is claiming to be for this movement and fighting for Black lives and equality and justice for all, why aren't you living amongst the people that you are supposed to be fighting for? And look, I'm not saying that all Black people live in destitute areas, or only Black people live around only Black people and only white people live around only white people, or whatever. I'm not saying that at all. But the homes that she's claimed to have owned, well, they have proof of that she owns and that she has purchased and has amassed. I mean, one of them has an airplane hangar. Why does a community activist have to have a home with an airplane hangar? Like, for God's sake, like, are you freaking kidding me? And the homes, they look beautiful. These are beautiful homes, and she has amassed all of these properties, but where is the money coming from? And there are calls for an investigation into where her money is coming from. But the fact that she's calling the calls for an investigation into her finances and how she's amassed what she's been able to, I believe are absolutely valid. I'm not saying that there are not people who don't like Black people, or who, are possibly, quote unquote, like she said, white supremacists that are calling for an investigation into, what she has going on. I'm quite sure that is mixed in with it. But I believe that it is valid, and that there are people who are just like myself, who are not a part of this movement, but who are Black, who do care about everybody, and definitely care about the lives of Black people who have been harmed and who have been put in harm's way. But when it comes to being an activist, and you're not in a place of, you're not even seen as suffering in some way. I'm not saying that she should be poor and destitute, but my God, she's living, one of the homes that she owns, the area is 1.8% Black people that live there. So in essence, it looks like, yeah, I care about Black people as long as I don't have to live around them. I will fight from up here, but y'all stay down there. I mean, that's what it looks like. The optics looks crazy, and it's like, yeah, I care about Black lives as long as I don't have to live amongst them, and as long as I'm not suffering. It just does not look good. I don't really know, and I definitely believe that you can be wealthy. I believe that we should be able to have wealth. I believe we should be able to live where we desire to live. I'm not saying that we should have to be in, a place where it's crime ridden, gunshots are flying, it's not safe or whatever. But that's not all Black people. Not all Black people have lived in crime ridden areas. But the fact that she is, this activist who's supposedly fighting for the cause, and it's like, you're not even, it's similar to what they say about the police. They say, well, the police should not be policing areas where they don't reside. And that could very well be true. But for her, she's not even living amongst the people that she's supposedly fighting for. And not only not living amongst the people, but you're living among the most rich and affluent. there are definitely a whole lot of other places that she could have purchased properties in and, hey, renting them out. But I'm not even saying that, because I'll be honest, this is just my opinion and I really want to know what you guys think. So I'm going to get ready to end this because I don't want this to be incredibly long. But I just have the opinion that if you are this alleged activist and you have amassed this amount of wealth, what are you doing with that money to help the other people? I do believe that you should sacrifice. If you claim that this is what you want to be and you put yourself in this position, then you should not be coming up. I don't believe that you should be coming up. I believe that you should be sacrificing, and you should be sacrificing to save others with that freaking money, period. Use that money to build up the areas that you claim that you're fighting for the people that you claim you're fighting for. Building community centers, building schools, building, playgrounds and safe havens for children, and doing things with the money besides building up your own real estate portfolio. I'm sorry. Do that with the money. I don't believe that whatever she was doing with so-called writing books and whatever other projects she said that she's worked on, and she hasn't been paid anything from Black Lives Matter since 2019. Well, where's the money coming from? Like, show the receipts. I would love to see those receipts. But I don't want to get too deep into this topic because this really could go on for some time, and I believe that there's just so much more where this situation and subject is involved. But I really would love to know what you guys think about this, because this is just crazy, but honestly, it doesn't surprise me. But let me know in the comments, do you feel that activists should suffer and sacrifice for the cause, or should they come up off of it? I don't believe that you should be coming up off of the blood of people who have lost their lives due to situations where injustice was involved. And it's bad enough that we see these situations going on where people are losing their lives and the family may get a huge payout at the end of it all, and that's not justice. That's just paying, to shut somebody up. But I mean, that's what it is, because we have the two systems of civil and criminal. And so you have people like Benjamin Crump, who gets huge paydays every time he gets involved in a case where it's a high profile situation where somebody, which is usually a black man, young or older, has lost their lives. It's very, very sad, but that's that situation with the civil versus criminal. And if these families choose to hire him as their attorney so that they can get a better payout and settlement, maybe quicker, possibly, because he has that experience, then I mean, that's the least that they can do, because they've lost a loved one. So I feel for them in that situation. But people like Patrisse Cullors and people have also been talking about, I believe her name is Tamika Mallory, who's got the Cadillac commercial endorsing Cadillac, and how she was on the Grammys, and she's gotten a huge name and following and all of that stuff. I don't know. I just believe that we should see more sacrificing financially. If you're coming up financially, then do other things with those finances versus building up your own, amassing your own wealth and building up your real estate portfolio. But that's just my thoughts. I would really love to know yours. So please comment in the comment section, and I appreciate you liking and subscribing. And until the next time, I'm just being beautifully honest.